Hey there, I'm just sitting down to dinner here at the Etno Dvaras restaurant in the heart of Old Town Vilnius. To start off, I ordered a glass of wine, a salad, and the meat-stuffed potato dumplings. Honestly, the potato dumplings wouldn't normally be my first choice, but you know, that's what you do here. This is our last night in Vilnius, this trip. It was a short 2-day visit, but an active one, so I thought I would sum it all up for you here. But first, there's salad and potato dumplings. Oh yeah, back to the story. Our visit to Vilnius began yesterday afternoon on the tour bus as we made our approach into the city.
Because on the left side they are covered with a plaster, so you cannot see really blocks. One of the biggest headaches nowadays in our life is in this architecture. Most of the Soviet buildings were built in the 70s, 80s, even after independence a little bit in the 90s. And this stuff.
We soon arrived at the Radisson Blu Hotel and got settled into our rooms. Since here in these northern latitudes there was plenty of daylight left before dinner, I was off to take a walk into the old town, crossing the conveniently located pedestrian bridge across the Neris River. I walked busy commercial streets until I reached the old town and was immediately drawn into the charming old world vibe of this place. The next morning, after breakfast, we departed the hotel for a guided tour led by a local expert tour guide. The first stop was the Church of Peter and Paul, the most notable Baroque church in Vilnius. Next up, Cathedral Square in the heart of the city features the beautifully imposing Cathedral Basilica and adjacent 37-meter bell tower. The huge square is the main gathering place for parades, concerts, celebrations, and a variety of public events. The next stop was the Presidential Palace, the official office of the President of Lithuania. The palace dates back to the 14th century, and during its history has undergone a variety of expansions and reconstructions. Continuing our walk, our guide brought us through the campus of prestigious Vilnius University. and then through storybook medieval cobblestone streets that made me feel I was on a movie studio backlot. One of the narrow streets led us out to the great expanse of the town hall square where there was some event going on.
Шановні батьки, станьте всі тут. Діти потім пройдуть на танець, тому що тут має їздити транспорт.
In medieval times, this small square was a salt market. Salt being very valuable as a preservative for food. As we headed back in the direction of Cathedral Square, our guide pointed out the bell tower of St. John's Church on the university campus.
And the Church of St. John's, academic church, now is in front of us, and you can see the bell tower of St. John's Church. We could see it before. You remember I pointed it? I said that there is a lift that you can go, yes, by the lift to the top of the tower. You see the gate to the right from the tower. You just walk through the gate. On the right side you will see the ticket office. It's only €5 for the round trip by the...
I made a mental note to return to this place later to climb the stairs to the top of that tower.
But it's through the window.
It was time for a hot chocolate break. This is definitely the most elegant chocolate shop I've ever been in. Heading back to the bus because there's one more stop on our guided tour this morning. Just walking down any random street, you find here that these archways will draw you in to explore the courtyard that lies on the other end. last place we visited on the tour is possibly the most important historic, religious, and cultural site in Lithuania, the Gate of Dawn. The gate, built in the early 1500s, served as a defensive fortification for the city. The chapel in the Gate of Dawn is one of the most revered places of worship and pilgrimage in the Roman Catholic religion. At the conclusion of our guided tour, I was free for the rest of the day. So I decided to spend the afternoon walking the streets and discovering as much as I could about this wonderful place. The full walk is in another video. Here's a few highlights. I walked up to the Gediminas Castle Tower to get a panoramic view of the city. All right, here we go. I took a walk along the river. This is the confluence where the Vilnius River flows into the larger Neris River. I walked around the commercial area with its hotels, department stores, and cafes. I was running low on energy, so I stepped inside McDonald's to try to get a chocolate shake. Here's our milkshake.
Wrong.
Well, it's good to see their international operations are consistent with the U.S. So now I need to figure out where I'm going. Okay, we're back here on the edge of the old town. I got a close-up look at some of the warm and stylish Soviet architecture left over from the Cold War. Oh, look, it's the Ministry of... not sure. One of Stalin's orders was that all buildings must have QR codes. For me, the highlight of this walk was going to the top of the bell tower at St. John's Church. I hear the birdies chirping. Well, there's the tower we were just up. And this is a beautiful courtyard in Vilnius University.
Pamiętamy i jest też dla niego nawet tablica pamiątkowa. Gdyby nie były wszystkie, to mają dostępne znajdy.
You sound good. Keep it up.